Peyton Stovall up first. Takes low on the fastball, 93 miles per hour, 1-0. .346 hitter on the year. Fouls away the next pitch. Stovall been one of the steadying influences in this lineup for Dave Van Horn.
Great approach at the plate. He's had a fantastic season in SEC play. Batting .346 coming into this contest and doing a good job as a leadoff hitter.
One of the team's captains. 1-2. Heavy shift on Stovall from the Kansas State defense. Ground ball right into the teeth of the shift. Brady Day to David Bishop, one down. Dave Van Horn has his Razorbacks in another regional. They won 43 games entering the regional. Grabbed the win yesterday, 44 wins on the year, and that pitching has been solid for them throughout the year, one of the best staffs in all of the country.
And that's saying something. You really accomplish a lot when you can go through the SEC, the toughest conference in baseball, and have those type of numbers as a staff. They just want to make sure their pitching continues to show up throughout the postseason.
Hudson White, one of the hottest bats in the lineup for Arkansas. 1-1.
Talk about Hudson White being hot. Well, he got this regional off in a good way with a solo home run to really get it going. But the last month of the season, he's been one of the more difficult outs for the Razorbacks.
A lot of clutch hitting from Hudson White. He's ahead here, 3-1.
This is why you need to have the ability to trust all four pitches. You're down in the count 3-1. Fastball's really not locating just yet. Can he go to a secondary pitch for a strike?
3-1 is inside, and it's a one-out walk for the Razorbacks. And this is one of the challenges that Kansas State will have. This large crowd, over 11,000 people last night.
More tonight.
Yes.
Much more tonight. Standing room only, particularly out there in the left field burn area.
Jared Sprague-Lott, the senior third baseman out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Swing and a miss. Count level at 1-1.
Probably the best pitch of the game so far from Wentworth. Fastball, great location, down in the strike zone. Really don't have to worry about White, the catcher on first base, to be a stolen base threat. Mixing it up there after he located the fastball low. Came back with the slider at 83 miles an hour that Sprague-Lott could not catch up to.
1 on, 1 out. 1-2. Fouled away. Sprague-Lott stays alive. Wentworth last pitched on May 23rd, went 3 innings against TCU. Gave up 6 runs, all of them earned, along with 7 hits. And what was a loss for Kansas State?
Got him.
Called third strike on Sprague-Lott for the second out of the inning.
Quality pitch, 92 mile an hour fastball, paints the inside corner, freezes them. Quality pitch from Wentworth. Timely strikeout.
That brings up Ben McLaughlin, who was outstanding against SEMO in game one of this regional. 3 for 5, 6 RBIs, 2 3-run home runs.
And that's basically what Ben McLaughlin does. Tough out. He will fight you to the last pitch, batting over 300 on the season and showing some pop.
Can't ask for much more than what McLaughlin gave Arkansas in the win yesterday. Pops this one up. Drifting and foul.
They had the runner going from first base, trying to do a little hit and run action to keep Kansas State on their toes. That's what we talk about. You can do those type of things when you've got a guy like McLaughlin who's willing to grind out every pitch, seeing the ball very well. Not a big threat for the strikeout.
The 1-2 high. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. McLaughlin against right-handed pitchers batting .285 on the year. On the other side of it, against lefties, his average is all the way up to .359. Hit well out towards center field. Back to the wall. It is caught right up against the fence. The lefty winds and fires 99 miles per hour on the first pitch, 1-0.
You see the size there and you see the numbers, and look at the strikeout ratio. 79 innings pitched, 154 Ks. And it's all really based on that plus fastball that you've been seeing right away. Can top 100 when he gets going. It's got a plus slider, a cutter, and a changeup to keep the hitters on their toes.
Breaking ball connects for a called strike. 2-1 to Brendan Jones. He was on the other side of that McLaughlin near homer. He caught it out in center.
How nice was that? Locate the fastball for the strike, then you come back with an 84-mile-an-hour slider.
Strikeout number 1 for the program's strikeout leader.
You want to see what a plus slider looks like? Look at the break on this thing. Starts off at the belt. Not only does it go away from you, but it goes down with that downward trajectory. That's what you call a swing and miss pitch. If you swing at it and it's out of the strike zone, you're going to be a strikeout victim.
Jaden Parsons looks at a called strike. 155 strikeouts recorded this season by Hagen Smith, tied for the most in school history. This one is in play, but easy for Ben McLaughlin. 2 outs.
That's what you like to see. You're a left-handed pitcher, do away with the left-handed bats with the slider and the off-speed stuff. Now he's going to face his first right-handed here to the contest, and that just happens to be the hot-hitting Kalen Culpepper.
The Team USA teammates square off. A little wide. 1-0.
Oh.
Up the ladder, 97 miles per hour from Hagen Smith.
Culpepper saw it. He just couldn't catch up to it. Belt-high fastball.
Ground ball over to Vahiva Aloy. 1-2-3 inning for Smith and the Razorbacks.
Won the first battle. See if Culpepper will be able to answer back.
Vahiva Aloy takes a called strike on the first pitch. The Hawaii native, transfer from Sacramento State, He was the WAC Freshman of the Year last season. Hits this one sharply over to third, but fielded by Parsons, who makes the throw to first for a quick first out. The Razorbacks have been dominant here at Baum-Walker Stadium. 34-3 at home this season, tied for the most wins in program history in their building. And look, it's a very good baseball team, but it gets ratcheted up another level being here at home.
Playing here at home, as if not facing Hagen Smith on the mound isn't enough. You got to deal with this crowd. You got to deal with this ball club that feeds off the energy of the crowd. 34 wins and only 3 losses. Very impressive. And I will tell you, Kendall Diggs is one of the fan favorites. Struggled early in the season, battling an injury, but looks like he's coming back to his form, which made him a second-team All-SEC performer last season. He's got all the tools and one of the purest swings on this Razorback lineup.
He hurt his left shoulder back in March against McNeese State, sliding. As Wentworth ahead here, 1-2 on Diggs. And Diggs strikes out. So 2 down here in the top of the second inning. And the back part of the lineup has been an interesting thing here for Arkansas. When you go back to game 1, it was very successful.
And we mentioned how the Razorback offense came in here struggling, the lowest team batting average in the regional, but if you get that type of productivity from the bottom half of your lineup, good things can happen.
That'll bring up Peyton Holt. Holt left the game against SEMO late in the contest. Dave Van Horn, after the game, said it was due to cramping issues that Holt was experiencing. He's in an 0-2 spot against Wentworth with 2 down in the top of the second.
Good job by Jackson Wentworth, attacking the strike zone, moving inside, outside, high and low, setting up his secondary pitches.
Strikes out Holt to conclude the top of the second inning.
College baseball, and the numbers reflect that. So, awesome challenge for him.
Pete Hughes of Kansas State and the rest of the Wildcats, they know the assignment in front of them tonight.
Try to frustrate Hagen Smith on the mound. But how about this for an approach? Smith is on the mound, facing another lefty. Starts him off with an 80-mile-an-hour changeup, then gives him an 85-mile-an-hour slider, and then gives him another pitch to dance with, a changeup going down to 80. Just have the feeling that he's setting him up for that 95-plus mile-an-hour fastball.
0-2 to Brady Day. Good night.
Wow. That was impressive. He's got a kind of smile on his face there. He threw nothing hard. And look at this. 86 down and away and continuing to go away from you. Effortless. Not one time did he even show him the fastball.
And that establishes a new single-season strikeout record. $156 strikeouts now on the year for Hagen Smith. Coming into the contest tonight, that was second in the nation. Only Chase Burns of Wake Forest had more strikeouts than number 33 for Arkansas. Nick English will take a turn. Two and one. By the way, Brady Day is a pretty good baseball player that Hagen Smith struck out with ease in that last at bat, all Big 12.
Day's a cleanup hitter, so he made him look kind of silly on that one there. You know, one of the keys for Kansas State, how can they expect to win this game? They play small ball very well. And the key for small balls is getting guys on base, and then you try to become very disruptive. And they're going to get their first base run of the day on a walk given up by Smith.
That'll bring up Daniel Rivera, the designated hitter. This is one of the most dangerous teams in the nation at stealing bases. 10th most in the country. They have put that on display thus far in the regional, so Kansas State will look to run when they get on.
I think right now, until they throw a strike, I'm surprised they don't have Rivera squaring up to bunt one, but I think they're going to make Smith throw a strike first.
Fouled away. Rivera, 224 hitter on the year. We'll see if he can push Nick English along over to second base.
You have to be able to advance a runner with such a low batting average. That's why I thought the numbers may work out where you want to just bunt to make sure he gets over to second base, where if you get a base hit, you can score a run. Runs will come at a premium.
It can be awfully difficult to steal against a left-handed pitcher. We'll see how it works for Kansas State. There's a strike. Just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, that was off by a good little bit. But now you got a 2-2 count. See what Rivera can line up.
Sprague Lott to second for 1. They can't make the turn. Rivera too fast to first base, so they cut down English. 2 outs. So it'll be a fielder's choice to set up David Bishop.
Curious about the approach to Bishop. Bishop has a little bit of a long swing in today's college game. I wonder if you attack him with fastballs, if you respect the power and go off speed. Instead, he came with a little 87-mile-an-hour cutter.
Two and 0. Hagen Smith's last appearance was in the SEC tournament against Kentucky. He only lasted 2 innings in that game, gave up 2 runs, both were unearned, struck out 4. It was his first loss of the season. Rivera takes off, and he is out at second base. 9 pitches, 8 of the 9 pitches strikes. There's another one.
Wentworth has found his groove, and if you're Jack Wagner, a little bit of a wild card for Arkansas, only making his 13th start on the season. Emerged in the lineup in the latter half of the year.
Dave Van Horn is not afraid to move pieces around in the lineup. Popped up. Playable for Rafael Pelletier. A little bit of an adventurous catch, but in the glove for the first out. Kansas State, one of 6 teams out of the Big 12 to reach the NCAA tournament. 33 wins, eliminated by TCU, and we see a lot of teams that win via the long ball. They do it a little differently.
Yeah, they like to get on the base pass and play small ball, but they've shown the ability to take advantage of this hitter-friendly ballpark so far in this regional. One of the reasons why K-State is here is because they played one of the toughest non-conference schedules in all of college baseball, and it seems to be paying off late.
Some good competition in the Big 12 to boot. Wilmsmeyer, what a play by Brady Day. Turns and throws for the second out.
That's how you field the position by Brady Day there. This ball was hit hard deep into the second base hole. But look at him locate the ball, gather his feet, and make the quick flip over there. Tremendous range on display. They were playing him to go up the middle. He hit it in the traditional spot, and Day was athletic enough to make the play.
First pitch strike to Peyton Stovall. One ball and one strike. Wentworth also comes out of the bullpen. 6 saves on the year for Kansas State. Asked to start tonight.
Doing a really good job of just attacking the Arkansas lineup, staying consistent, throwing strikes.
One-two, hit sharply into the shift again. The lob, and Stovall is safe at first base. That was hit deep into the shift, and that gave Stovall just enough time to reach with a base hit.
And I think the shift might have been a little bit too deep, but good hustle by Stovall to get down the first base line. He's in there safely.
Close play, but Stovall beats it out. Hudson White on with 2 outs and a runner on. An excuse me swing that is in play, and White goes down to a buzzsaw yet again tonight. First pitch swinging is David Bishop, and he goes down quickly here in the bottom of the third. This week, Sunday Night Baseball heads to Philadelphia, where the MLB Best Phillies host the Cardinals. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN with Baseball Tonight Sunday Night Countdown. The Phillies have the best record in Major League Baseball.
By far.
It's been an impressive run for the Phillies, no doubt. Great pitching this year. And who knows, Hagen Smith, one of these days, could be coming up against those Phillies somewhere down the line, depending on where he gets drafted in the 2024 draft.
Yeah, I'm thinking Philly's going to be drafted a little bit too low.
Yes, they will not. They will not see Hagen Smith by the time they're around to select. Rafael Pelletier, the Kansas State catcher.
Beautiful.
The blink of an eye, he goes down in a hurry.
And that's what you want with a 2-strike pitch. You don't want to give him anything he can really hit, but you just don't want to waste pitches. So look how far outside that pitch is. That's what you have to do on a big league level. Paint the corners, play catch with the glove. Hagen Smith is on cruise control right now.
Here's a Wildcat that swung it well in game 1 for the Wildcats. 5 RBIs for Chuck Ingram. Couple of home runs against Louisiana Tech as a part of the win. Belt high fastball to make it 2-2.
96 miles an hour on the radar gun. Good luck trying to catch that pitch.
Two. Full count on the way. And a walk drawn by Chuck Ingram. That flips the lineup for the leadoff man, Brendan Jones.
Jones can be very disruptive. 38 stolen bases on the year of 40 attempts.
Swings at the first pitch. Over to Eloy. Quick throw, and he just gets Jones to retire the Wildcats in the bottom of the third. 11 pitches from Smith. Still scoreless.
Base.
And the inning comes to an end. No score from Fayetteville. Game tomorrow. Hello, Coach. Hope you're enjoying the barbecue. And what has been a great pitching effort. That one pulled well foul. Great pitching on both sides. Hagen Smith, awesome as expected. But Jackson Wentworth has been exceptional too. A bunt right back to Wentworth. Quick throw gets Jared Sprague-Lott to start up the fourth. I'm sure at some point while he's enjoying the barbecue, Coach Sawyers is also checking out Squeeze Play. ESPN is the home for NCAA college baseball regionals for around-the-clock multi-game coverage. Scan the QR code below. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. It's been another crazy day of regionals. Couple of College World Series teams from a season ago heading home. Wake Forest, Oral Roberts eliminated. Alabama also eliminated as well. Earlier, one of the 11 SEC teams that reached the NCAA tournament, Vanderbilt, 2-out. The spectacular ride to Omaha continues. Give Squeeze Play a look.
Look at the shift that Kansas State plays. And it's one thing to have a shift, but look how deep the second baseman is. That's why earlier we were just able to see Stovall leg out a hit, even though it was hit right to the shift guy. Unusually deep for a shift for the second baseman, Day. You kind of wonder if you have a left-handed hitter in the batter's box, they already have a two-step advantage at getting to first base. So unless that ball's hit very hard in that hole, it'll become a very difficult out.
McLaughlin runs the count full. Of course, it was in the first inning. McLaughlin hit one 399 feet out towards center, came up inches shy of a home run, pulls it into the shift. There's Day again, who makes the throw. 2 outs. Wentworth has been in a groove in this contest. He's retired 5 straight batters.
Eloy has some pop in that bat, leads this Razorback team with 14 home runs on the season and takes a big swing and miss on an 83-mile-an-hour changeup. What a find he's been, transferring in and making an impact in the SEC his first year here in Fayetteville. You can tell he's got some tools with him real spark plug for this Razorback offense.
One of 3 players in program history out of Hawaii. This finds the outfield into center field for a base hit. Eloy is on with 2 outs.
Just a good piece of hit. You got a pitcher that's in a groove. So what do you need? Some base runners. Try to put a little pressure on him, make him go into the stretch. And one of the hot bats that has been improving on a weekly basis late in the season coming to the plate, and Kendall Diggs.
Diggs had some good at-bats in the win against SEMO, including an opposite field home run along with a single. He scored 3 runs as well. Takes a little high, 1-0.
And those are some of the pitches we heard the Arkansas coaching staff say, we want him to be a little bit more aggressive. Looking at maybe too many pitches, they think with his swing he can make more contact. And that was a good example there. That was a breaking ball that kind of hung a little bit high. Well, a good hitter should make you pay for a hanging breaking ball that high in the strike zone. Although it was called a ball,
Seven stolen bases for Eloy. He's on the move. That gets into left field. That's a base hit. Eloy makes his way towards third. He will stop there, and Diggs has the second hit of the inning for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, that's that stroke we're talking about, right through the plane. Hard hit ball going away. Great job of fielding this ball cleanly by Jones, because Eloy had a pretty good jump and he was looking at it all the way. Had it not been a good relay, might have been looking to turn third base.
First runner in scoring position tonight for either team. Peyton Holt up to the plate. Ball 1. That breaking ball just missing. 2-0.
And a good trip out there, because he had a high breaking ball to Diggs that he missed on, and 2 consecutive breaking balls to Holt.
Call to the Hogs.
Sounds a little different when you hear 14,000 people saying it compared to 5,000 or 6,000.
Wentworth has to deal with that atmosphere. A 2-0 count and 2 runners on. Holt fouls it away. We have seen this a few times now in the regional. Pitcher comes up, gets 2 outs rather quickly, and then it just, with a flip of a switch, turns quickly. First threat of the game. 2-2.
Now he's not calling the high strike, and he's going with the low. Maybe a little bit low, shade low, but he has not been given the strikes high, so it balances out.
In the air, first base side, into the glove of Bishop. Jaden Parsons. And this is an offense that scored 19 runs off of 18 hits, 5 home runs, zeros across the board tonight so far. And look, we knew coming into this game, this is a different beast. No disrespect to Louisiana Tech, but this is a different challenge tonight for Kansas State.
And no disrespect to any other team in the country that doesn't have Hagen Smith. But the key is right now, Smith is yet to give up a hit. We haven't seen any real hard hit baseballs either.
power. 95 on the radar gun. Another strikeout for Hagen Smith. The NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. As regional final action commences on Sunday.
Round 2 of the battle between Culpepper and Smith.
Culpepper's second team, all Big 12. Also another projected first rounder in the MLB draft. Another strike, 1-2.
Showing a little respect, keeping everything away from Culpepper, not challenging him inside to this pitch right now.
Culpepper goes down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Smith.
Set him up going away, then brings a wicked slider down and dirty.
Goes to a knee there on the swing. Some tough stuff that Kansas State is dealing with from Hagen Smith. Brady Day, one of Smith's strikeout victims. One of one.
Look how much Day is opening up that shoulder just so he can try and get a better look at this.
The 1-2 pitch is into center field for a base hit. Thanks for joining us here at Baum-Walker Stadium. Derek Jones and Jay Walker with you tonight in the 1-0 game between on Sunday afternoon. For those of you just joining us, it has been a pitcher's duel early on. Kansas State just getting its first hit of the contest. Hagen Smith, 5 strikeouts so far. He set the single season program record for strikeouts earlier on in this game. He's been dominating, but on the other side for Kansas State, Jackson Wentworth getting the start. He's been nearly as effective. 1-2.
When you talk about Smith, basically been cruising along. I mean, no pressure situations. Kansas State is a team that likes to be disruptive, but as you mentioned, got their first base hit.
The stolen base element for Kansas State hasn't been really utilized. They haven't had many base runners to be able to do it. Already had Daniel Rivera thrown out earlier. Fouled away. The opponent this season has a success rate of about 80% against Arkansas stealing bases. Kansas State, though, 10th in the nation in stolen bases. 0 for 1 tonight. 2-2. Fouled away. Well, an interesting thing there, that graphic. 20 pitches now in this inning for Hagen Smith.
Because he struck out the first two and then got into a long count with Day, who managed to get a single to get on first base. Now battling the freshman, Nick English.
Full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes who's the head coach of Kansas State. Coach Hughes, Jackson Wentworth has given you some good innings here off the mound. Take us through what you've seen from him.
No, he's been good. When he can throw the secondary stuff for strikes, when he's behind, he gets his changeup going, he gets that breaking ball going. That gives him 4-pitch mix, which you got to mix and match with these guys. They get a lot of veteran hitters, so you got to change up your patterns, but you need pitches in your repertoire and the ability to command. He's been doing that so far.
Coach, you guys just got your first hit. What's your message going to be to your lineup in the batter's box facing Hagen Smith?
Well, he's one of the best in college baseball, so you got to pick your spots, and you got to get on via the walk. You got to get on and put some pressure on their defense. Then you got to get your hit. Someone's got to hit a mistake. We knew what we were getting into. It's scoring runs and getting hits is tough business versus Hagen, but you got to stay patient and you got to stick with your game plan, and hopefully you make some mistake.
Coach, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Jack Wagner will lead it off here in the top of the 5th. As he takes a called strike. Well, pretty succinct messaging from Pete Hughes.
And I think he's been consistent. He knows what he's getting into. We just got to grind it out, hope that Smith makes a mistake, and then capitalize. And that's why I was a little bit surprised when they got the base on balls that they didn't try to sack bunt the guy over.
In the air towards center field. Brady Day is there. It's Day, 8 Eastern on ESPN.
How about Oklahoma? They said, we don't care if we're the #1 seed. We can make it as a #2 seed, continuing to impress and dominate women's softball.
0-1 to Ty Wilmsmeyer. He's got a base hit. Takes a little turn past first, and Wilmsmeyer, who was busy on the bases yesterday, grabs a hit for the Razorbacks.
And good job of just getting a fastball that he can hit a little bit behind it, but hit it hard enough. It was away from him where the first baseman couldn't get to it. Now, Arkansas with a runner on first base with just one out, coming to the top of their lineup.
Peyton Stovall, 1 for 2 tonight. Single back in the 3rd. We'll see how far Jackson Wentworth can take it. Remember, because of the odd nature of Kansas State's game that drifted into today, stolen base attempt on the way by Wilmsmeyer. He's safe. Fourth stolen base of the season for Ty Wilmsmeyer, and he is in scoring position.
A decent jump there, and you had a feeling that they were getting a little bit antsy, and they want to try and make this a big inning for the Razorbacks. Good job by Wilmsmeyer, able to steal that bag. You get a feel like it's building up, it's bubbling here. There's a little sense of urgency.
No doubt.
This crowd is ready to erupt.
3-0. Going back to the point about game 1 for Kansas State. The first portion of it last night was postponed due to rain. They had to restart today. They had to go through some pitchers to get rid of Louisiana Tech. So Wentworth, if he can give the Wildcats an extended run here, and he's pitched well so far. That would be welcome to that bullpen as Stovall picks up a walk.
Like Coach Pete Hughes just told us, this is when you have to rely on your secondary stuff. You've got Hudson White in the box, good fastball hitter. Got to go off speed. Nice quality pitch there for strike one.
White 0 for 1. Walked back in the first inning. In the dirt, Wilmsmeyer will take off, heads to third, ball gets away. Wilmsmeyer on his way home, 1-0, Arkansas.
They actually had him caught in no man's land. With a good throw, they would have got the out at third base, but threw it on the wrong side of the bag. Parsons not able to make the catch. First run on the board for the Hogs.
Both runners were going, and because of that, and due to the ball getting away, Peyton Stovall moved all the way to third base. It's an error against Rafael Pelletier, along with a wild pitch.
Let's see that little delay reaction, and I don't know if it was the right decision to go for third, but it turned out to be the right decision to take third base and get in home.
3-1. Action has commenced in the Kansas State bullpen. Into center field. It gets down for a base hit. Hudson White comes through again. Peyton Stovall scores. 2-0 Arkansas.
Yeah, they had that feeling. And anytime the number 9 hitter in the lineup gets on base to extend the inning, then they can do damage at the top of the lineup. They called the steal so they could get him in scoring position. Then they took advantage of a walk, and then it was just a matter of timely hitting and aggressive base running to give Arkansas a 2-zip lead.
Jared Sprague-Lott had the hit and run on. White was in motion, but it was fouled away.
You almost get the feeling that Sprague-Lott is due to make an impact in this game as well for this regional. 290 hitter, and the coaches say he can do a little bit of everything. He's got good speed, handles the bat well.
Wentworth going over to first base to keep White at bay. White has no stolen bases this season, but as you just saw, the hit and run was on. They've got their eye on him.
Kansas State pitching coach Rudy Barrow trying to slow down Arkansas on the base pass with a couple called. Throws to first base.
Bloop shot over Parsons, grabbed by Culpepper. Station to station baseball for Arkansas. 2 runners on with 1 out.
Well, they say in sports, same things make you laugh, make you cry. Well, we know that Kansas State likes to specialize in small ball. And look at Arkansas getting it done with a couple dink singles, moving the runners, a couple hit and run opportunities, and ball goes just far enough over the third baseman to keep the pressure on.
Ben McLaughlin takes a strike. 2 3-run home runs in the win against SEMO on Friday. He has 2 on here. Hits it out towards left field, but playable for Chuck Ingram, who makes the catch. And everybody stays put.
Look at this.
Vahiva Aloy mentioned in a discussion about joining this program how supportive the fan base has been because of his Hawaii roots. That's why you see the leis and the inflatable palm trees in the crowd. Aloy puts this one into right field and into the glove of Nick English. 2 in for Arkansas. The runs there on the board. Take us through what you saw.
Well, we did a good job of getting on base, putting the bat on the ball. Didn't really square anything up that inning, but we got something to drop. But we've hit some balls hard earlier. Most of our rallies have started with 2 outs, and we have 6 hits. But feel fortunate to get a couple runs right there.
Yeah, it feels like I felt the sense of urgency once you got the guys on base, got a little bit more aggressive. But let's talk about your pitcher on the mound, Hagen Smith. What are you seeing from him?
Well, he's competing hard like he always does. Stuff's pretty good, and they're getting a second look at him now. This is when, he's got to pick it up a notch, but he's been really good.
Coach, we'll let you get back to it. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Dave Van Horn, the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, seeing his team go out in front 2-0. He was faced with a couple of critical decisions leading up to this regional. 1, do you play the first game or the second game? 2, when do you start Hagen Smith? And so far, both of his decisions have been great decisions.
I mean, perfect. Give him an A+ for those decisions there, playing the early game. And it looks like Hagen Smith has been lights out. You talk about high expectations. You got Smith throwing a shutout, only giving up 1 hit. And Coach Van Horn said, yeah, he's going to need to pick it up a little bit. He's going to need to pick it up a little bit as he sees this lineup the second time and possibly the third.
2-2 to Daniel Rivera. Inside for ball, 3-2. The reason why that decision about when the first game would be played was important, as it turns out, Kansas State and Louisiana Tech played in game 2 last night. It got disrupted by rain. They had to play a portion of that from the 6th inning on today. Had that been Arkansas in that spot, who knows how that would have shaken out in terms of your pitching and who you end up using. Things could have gotten a little wacky for the Razorbacks.
And it's paying off because Arkansas looks like the well-rested team, where Kansas State, not to say they look tired, they're excited and amped up.
Walk picked up by Rivera. Hagen Smith, spectacular on the mound yet again, Jay.
Yeah, he's got the slider really working effectively there. You see the hitters not able to catch up to it from the left side. Then when you sit slider, blows a fastball by you. He's got the complete package on display. But it's been that slider that's been really dominating in the high heat. Puts him out.
That is not a great trend for Kansas State's offense. A lot of ground balls in the offering tonight for the offense. Leadoff runner on, though, for Kansas State, as it's 2-0 now to David Bishop.
The first time that the Wildcats have got the leadoff guy on, which is your small ball lineup, which you would predicate your offense off of.
There's a first strike to Bishop, 2-1.
About that confidence, not giving in. Down 2-0 in the count, runner on first. Goes to his secondary pitch, the changeup, and throws it for a strike at 81 miles an hour.
3-1. This is such an interesting matchup, in part because, yes, it's Hagen Smith, but Smith as a lefty poses a challenge that has been difficult for Kansas State. They're hitting .210 as a team against left-handed pitching this season. 3-1, belt high, swing and a miss.
And can't fault Bishop for going for it there. Hitters counted 3-1, was saying if I get a fastball, I'm going to take a swing at it. Wasn't able to catch up to it.
Back-to-back walks for the Wildcats. He'll put down the bunt, fielded by Sprague-Lott. Throws to McLaughlin for the first out. Runners move up to second and third base as Rivera goes to third. Bishop at second.
And this is what they do. I mean, they have the bunt defense on, move the bunt down the third base line, which is how you draw it up. That way you can ensure the runner from second gets over to third.
This is just the fourth game this season that Hagen Smith has walked the opposition 4 times in a game. Chuck Ingram, who is very dangerous, takes a called strike. Ingram had 2 home runs in the win against Louisiana Tech. 0-2.
For a normal pitcher, you'd be a little nervous. 9-hole hitter up there that's got 11 home runs, but Hagen Smith just digs deep and pipes a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Oh!
In the right field, that's a base hit. Rivera is in. And it's 2-1 in favor of Arkansas on the RBI single by Chuck Ingram.
Well, we know Ingram is a guy that can do some damage from that 9-hole, able to catch up to a 94-mile-an-hour fastball thrown away from him to go with the pitch and lace it in the right field. A little bit of a late jump by the runner on second.
Brendan Jones shows bunt, then takes it back 1-0.
Now you got Jones in the batter's box. We saw the speed, but he can outrun a single, an infield hit.
Yesterday's winning pitcher, Kristen Fouch, in the pen, getting loose. Jones has delivered with runners in scoring position this season. As he tries to bunt, can't come up with it, fouls it away, 1-2.
And they had the runner on third base, Bishop, ready to come home on contact. Jones not able to get that bunt down. Now with the 1-2 count, he's got to fend for himself.
Into right field, that will tie the game up. Jones delivers with a run-scoring hit. Bishop is in, and it is tied up at 2 off the RBI single by Brendan Jones.
On the previous pitch, we showed the graphic, batting .304 with runners in scoring position this year, and just does a good job of getting a bat on the ball. You knew that Bishop was running on contact from third base. Kansas State showing you what their small ball lineup can do.
The dreaded leadoff walk comes back to haunt Smith. Oh, Parsons went for a bunt, and the pitch came in high and tight.
And this is, you see here, you're taught, the guy squares up and shows you the bunt. You want to try and get him hard inside, but a little too close for comfort.
Going back to the small ball discussion for Kansas State earlier, look at this inning. Couple of walks, sack bunt, Single.
Single, and now still keeping pressure on with runners on the corner, and a batter that's willing to square up for another bunt.
He puts it down. Ingram booking it towards home plate.
That's Kansas State baseball. That is Kansas State baseball. They did it yesterday, and they pull off almost the exact same play today. Bunt down the third base line, go on contact. Good job of hustling to get in. Look. They're coming, and you try and make that little scoop throw. It's not going to get there in time. You almost have to barehand that ball and do it all in one swoop. That's the slide, the tag. Tag too late.
And all of a sudden, KSU chants have picked up here at Baum-Walker. That will be officially scored a fielder's choice. For Parsons. Culpepper, high fly
Hard
ball
hit.
to right field, back to the wall. It's gone.
Whoa.
A 3-run home run for Kalen Culpepper. Hagen Smith's former Team USA teammate takes the pitcher over the right center field wall. It is 6-2 Kansas State.
After they nickel and dime you with the small stuff, they get in a position to let Kalen Culpepper do some damage. Goes opposite field far enough to get a little get back at his Team USA teammate. Well, they say baseball is the ultimate game of numbers, right? You know, you're going to be right only 30% of the time you're a 300 hitter, right? First two times, Culpepper lost. The third time, the numbers went his way. Comes up big with the home run.
There's a strike against Brady Day. And this crowd is stunned in Fayetteville. Through the first 3 innings, Kansas State had no hits, looked overmatched, but as we all know with baseball, things can turn around quickly. Pitch 30 on the way this inning from Hagen Smith. 3-2. He gets Brady Day on the strikeout for the second out of the inning. Second time tonight that Day goes down with a strikeout.
You know, when you're looking, it was those 2 balls this inning that really made this self-inflicted damage to Arkansas, and Kansas State did a good job of capitalizing off of Hagen Smith's mistakes with those base on balls.
Hagen Smith this season had given up 13 earned runs. He's given up 6 earned tonight. Hit sharply to Aloy over at short. The inning is over, but my goodness, has the damage stadium. Arkansas was leading 2-0, but in the bottom of the 5th inning, Kansas State scored 6 times off of arguably the best pitcher in college baseball. And it culminated with a 3-run home run by Kalen Culpepper.
And this place is in shock. I mean, I don't know how many times they've been playing the chicken dance song all weekend here, and that gets the crowd going. I might have seen 10 people doing the chicken dance. the timing of that was not right. But similar, let's say this, in game one, it felt like this when Southeast Missouri State tied them at 8-8.
Yes.
The place got quiet, and the team came back with a counterpunch to put that game away. That was tied. Now they've got to show some grit to get back in this game.
Two and two. A word of caution to Wildcat fans. Earlier this season, Arkansas trailed Mississippi State in a game here 6-0. The final score was Arkansas 9, Mississippi State 6. So there's a lot of baseball left. Time's a wasting, but you can't quite doubt those bats for Arkansas. But Diggs pops this one up in the infield.
They don't see it.
Who will get it? Whoa!
Oh.
That was a near disaster, but it's saved by David Bishop. Culpepper sliding in as well. That was way too exciting of an out for Kansas State.
Yeah, I mean, this pop-up ends up, the catcher says he loses it right away. First baseman comes over, but the shortstop comes all the way over as well. You know, you always say you always better to go for the ball rather than guess and assume somebody's going to make the catch. Great play by Bishop.
Peyton Holt.
And you know who should get an assist on that? The catcher, Pelletier, because the first thing he did was say, I don't see it. And if he would have tried to look for it like he saw it, either the shortstop, Culpepper, or Bishop would have hesitated, and that ball might have landed for a base hit.
You let balls like that drop during the course of the game and in the infield, that can lead to some problems. Into center field, that's a hit for Holt. And let's see if this gets the offense going. Jack Wagner steps in. Now, when we talked to Dave Van Horn a little while ago, one of the things he said in regards to the 2-0 lead, he felt like they had hit some balls well, but they had not squared anything up totally yet. We'll see if that moment comes for Arkansas.
That hit by Peyton Holt, one of the hardest hit balls we've seen from the Razorbacks. You know, you would almost expect that from Peyton Holt. I mean, you talk to the coaches, he's the guy that keeps everybody loose. So in a situation like that where things can get tight, you're down by 4, and let's go out here, have some fun, swing the bat, and get a base runner. Good job by the senior.
Wagner looks at a strike. 1-1. 85 pitches for Wentworth. He can go. He had an outing last month against BYU. Went 8 innings. Threw 101 pitches in that contest, a season high. Two and two. Again, one of the themes heading into this regional. These two teams ranked 63rd and 64th in the 64 team field and batting average. Arkansas was last. Kansas State right above them. Into center field, but playable for Jones. So far throughout this regional, these Kansas State bats have come up with some hits that quite honestly, they have not come up with on a consistent basis throughout the course of the season. You talk about small ball. Yes, they've done that, but the home runs, that's been a big part of their success thus far in Fayetteville.
Absolutely. Have not had to rely on stealing bases, but they did do a good job with advancing runners. You saw the bunt down the third base line to get that initial run across the plate. And then a superstar in Culpepper showed up with a huge home run. Good point by our producer, Scott, is in our ear. Culpepper has hit for the cycle in game one, and that may not be his highlight of the day.
I mean, you want to talk about having a day. You finish the cycle, and then you hit a 3-run homer off of a pitcher who, coming into the game, had an ERA, tops in the nation, of 1.48. Three and one. Tyson Neighbors getting ready for Kansas State.
You almost get the feeling that if Wentworth doesn't get this out, they may make a pitching change.
He walks Wilmsmeyer. This is where he ran into trouble back in the fifth.
See, from Kansas State, we've got them on the ropes, trying to eliminate hope early and see if Neighbors can come in and get this last out of the inning.
Wilmsmeyer over at first, Holt at second. 2 outs. And the leadoff hitter, Peyton Stovall, at the plate. One for two tonight. Takes a cut at the first pitch. 0-1.
See that Neighbors comes in juice. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, first pitch. The shift is on again for Stovall.
In the dirt with the 0-1. Runners stay put. Arkansas jumped out first with 2 in the fifth. They could not hold on to that advantage. Let's see if they can fight back here in the top of the 6th inning. Popped up. Pelletier giving chase. And it's out of reach.
Neighbors is throwing gas right now on the mound. 96-mile-an-hour fastballs, 97. Do you go fastball again, or do you hit him with the best curveball in baseball, as his coaches like to say?
1-2. Fouled away.
98 miles an hour. He's jacked up right now on the mound. You know, the environment gets into it, but the comfortable thing you have to like about it, if you're Kansas State, he's got a closer's mentality. He's used to coming in high-pressure situations.
Ground ball. Culpepper is there. The throw to Bishop on the money.
He got beat by a team that was playing small ball. And Kansas State kind of had that mentality. Said, we're going to have to get lucky, have to take advantage of some mistakes. And in this case, it was the 2 walks that led to the downfall.
This is Kyan Lotus pinch hitting. Smith threw 92 pitches, gave up 6 runs, struck out 7. He was cruising through the first 3 innings, gave up a hit in the 4th, still in good shape as he headed to the 5th, but the small ball of Kansas State and then the long ball by Kalen Culpepper, the 3-run shot. So with the lefty Smith out and the righty Bybee in, Pete Hughes goes with a lefty off the bench to hit. But Lotus strikes out. The NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Some long faces looking on at Baum Walker. This is David Bishop. A walk and a run scored to his credit. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good job coming in, throwing strikes. And one of the things that can motivate the crowd, get it back into it, if you bring somebody in from the bullpen and they mow down a couple hitters.
Fouled away. Number to keep in mind, Arkansas 1-10 this season when trailing after 6. We'll see if they can reverse that trend when they come up in the 7th.
Pitch, got him.
Called 3rd strike on Bishop. Down he goes for the 2nd out.
When you're hitting him with hard fastballs, challenging him, and then what do? You freeze him with the breaking ball for strike 3. Quality pitch.
Rafael Pelletier will try to keep the inning going for Kansas State. He was a big part of that 5th inning. He had a sac bunt that moved the first 2 runners that walked in the 5th for Kansas State. Wide of the plate, 1-1. Pelletier puts this one into right field, but Diggs is there to make the catch. Bybee takes care of the
pen. They may give you some electric stuff early, but I think you just got to grind it out a little bit.
Hudson White swings at the first pitch. Ground ball over to Parsons at 3rd. And White is able to beat out the tag from Bishop. The throw was offline. And White is safe.
Bishop is making the notion like he made the tag. Throw was offline.
Ooh.
You're going to be able to see, I think, if where the ball is caught, if he makes the tag, he's going to be out. I think he was ahead of the first base line when he made the tag, so if he comes straight down, gets him there. Unless you're saying contact was not made, but Bishop seemed pretty certain that he got him, and if so, that's a great play by the first baseman.
Looks like he is out there. Tag right there, right as the foot was coming down.
Yeah, what a job of jumping and making the quick dab. tag coming down.
Not an easy call for the first base umpire, Barry Chambers, to make. Considering the positioning of all parties in
That right
play.
there seems to be the tag.
So the original call is safe at first base. Arkansas would love a leadoff base runner here in the 7th.
Absolutely. And if it is called out, great play by Bishop playing the first base. Is there enough to overturn the call?
The review from Pittsburgh is complete. And White is out. So Bishop got the tag in for the first out of the inning.
That's one of those ones, how can you argue? You can't blame the umpire on first base. He made the call, but there was a video evidence there to overturn the call. Tough break for the Razorbacks.
Jared Sprague-Lott. Ahead 1-0. The team that loses this game will take on Southeast Missouri State in an elimination game. Right back here tomorrow afternoon. Now, one thing to keep in mind, regardless of whether Arkansas wins or loses this game, who starts the next game for Arkansas? That's a big question. Brady Tigert was declared out of the regional. Sprague-Lott gives us a ride, and it's gone!
That'll get him going.
Jared Sprague-Lott picks up his 9th home run of the season. It's a 6-3 lead for Kansas State.
Caught a high fastball and took it for a ride. That ball was well hit to the opposite field, and Sprague-Lott starting to come on. Had a single in his previous at-bat, follows that up with a home run. Mr. Do-It-All for Arkansas.
372 feet for Sprague-Lott, and that pitch hits Ben McLaughlin.
And now I think this crowd is back into it, and if they're not, their spark plug, Aloy, comes to the plate.
No action in the Kansas State bullpen. And you know what this mound visit means.
This is probably the quietest pig suey we've heard all weekend. So you got to give me more energy. When your team is down on the ropes, that's when you as a fan have to be that spark plug for them. I understand they're still in a little bit of shock to see how quickly that lead went away. But right now you've got a runner on first base. Some guys that have done some good things for you, in Aloy and Diggs. Up, they can find themselves right back in this with a few timely hits.
Vahiva Aloy. With a runner on. 1-0. Inside 2-0.
You're hearing the crowd trying to cheer on this team. Let's go Razorbacks, and Neighbors, the closer, has to dig deep for the Wildcats.
2-0 pitch. Playable in the infield for Caitlin Culpepper.
Oh.
Just when it started to amp up, things get quiet again, but Kendall Diggs will try to get them out of their seats. He's 1 for 3, homered in the win over SEMO yesterday. Shift on against Diggs. 1-1. Diggs squeezes that left hand after fouling that one away. 94 miles per hour on the fastball.
And I think Neighbors is living dangerously, relying on that fastball. I think he needs to use that curveball a little bit more effectively. That was it. It was there. He just missed the location with it. 85-mile-an-hour curveball with a hard break. If he can throw it for a strike, that's a real tough pitch to hit.
2-1. Right to Brady Day. But it gets away. Headed towards third and making the turn is McLaughlin. He'll head back to third base. Wow, that looked like a relatively easy play for Day.
Hit it into the shift. Now you have to step through this throw, but when you're that deep, the throw was off target. The inning stays alive for Arkansas. Now, I mentioned that's one of the deeper second baseman shifts I've seen in a long time. So even when he gets the ball cleanly, still a pretty far throw from where he was playing out in right field.
After the error, and runners at second and third, it's Peyton Holt.
Look how far back he is. I mean, you got to step into that throw. More importantly, it has to be an accurate throw, and it was neither.
Swing and a miss by Holt, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch, and Neighbors gets Peyton Holt to get out of the inning. Starting on Wednesday on ESPN. Chuck Ingram takes inside for a ball here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ingram got Kansas State on the board. And besides the walks, that was one of the first uh-oh moments of the night. for Arkansas. Fouled away.
You want some California?
2-1 to Aloy. A laser to McLaughlin for the first down. What does a victory potentially mean in this game? If you start 2-0 in regional play since 1999, the 2-0 team goes on to win the region 81% of the time. If you're 1 up and 1 down, those odds decrease to 12%. Those numbers since the tournament field moved to 64 in 1999. And that underscores really what's at stake here for both teams.
And that's where you get that sense of urgency from the Razorbacks and their fan base. They're well aware of that. They know what's at stake. Right now the job for Vibey is to hold the Wildcats to just 6 runs. He's doing a good job mixing up his pitches.
Oh, 2 on the way. And that gets away. It was Brendan Jones who tied the game up at 2 with an RBI single back in the 5th, a part of that monster 6-run inning. Hit sharply, good play by McLaughlin, the flip and the out.
They needed every bit of that shift. So they already had McLaughlin playing on the line. Extends well for that ball, hit hard down the first baseline, and good coverage on the bag by the pitcher for the second out of the inning.
Jaden Parsons. He'll step in with 2 down. Couple of arms warming up for Arkansas. Christian Fouch is up once again, as is Stone Hewlett. There you get a look of Fouch and Hewlett. Fouch, the winning pitcher in the game yesterday against SEMO. If you're just joining us, we heard earlier from Andy Sawyers, the head coach of Southeast Missouri State, who said he was going to have a plate of barbecue on his stomach, watching this game tonight, awaiting whoever loses this game. Barbecue here in Arkansas is excellent.
They got the smoke going on. Look like some smoked chicken legs.
I walked around earlier out there in the hog pen where there's some good grilling going on over there and throughout Baum Walker Stadium. And there is the man of the day, Kalen Culpepper. 3-2. He'll have to wait. Parsons strikes out. One of these two teams hoping to eventually make their way to Omaha.
We talked about it in between the innings. If Arkansas wants to make a real run, if they can get one of these two guys, the number 8 or 9 hitters, to get on base, they can put some pressure on Kansas State this inning. If you're Kansas State, you want to face the top of the lineup with the bases as clean as possible. So that's why Jack Wagner Get a good pitch to hit, find a way to get on base. If a ball's coming at you, may have to take one for the team.
1-2.
Tough pitch, 95 miles an hour inside portion of the plate. Showed him the fastball 95. Let's see if he's setting him up for that curveball at 85.
Hangs this one, a ride out to left, and it's off the wall. Wagner will have extra bases. A leadoff double for Jack Wagner.
That is just what the Hogs needed. Got a hanging curveball. Look at this breaking ball, one of the ones we've seen thrown high, but that's a good swing. He went down and got it. Not able to field it out in the outfield is Ingram. Arkansas trying to make a little noise here in the 8th.
Ty Wilmsmeyer takes a called strike, 0-1. Wilmsmeyer 1 for 2 with a single, a walk. Run scored, also stole a base. Fouled away.
You know what happens once somebody hits your pitch like that, that curveball, which pretty good pitch, hung just a little bit. Your pitching coach kind of decides, you know what, let's get away from the breaking ball stuff and let's just get the fastball going.
Chopper towards Culpepper. Fires! Wilmsmeyer safe. First and third, nobody out.
Just a little dribbler off of another 2-strike curveball that they were able to make contact with. What a great job by the number 8 and 9 hitters.
Pete Hughes talking with home plate umpire Joe Burleson.
He was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Right away, they're probably going to keep this call on the field.
That's an easy call there. Off the replay, you could see Wilmsmeyer beat it to first base. And that brings up Peyton Stovall with 2 on. He's the tying run. Strike one.
Danger zone time for Kansas State. The bottom portion of the lineup did their job. And now here come the big guns. Stovall, Hudson White, Sprague Lott.
Arkansas has stranded 10 runners in this game so far. Stovall pops it up, drifting towards foul territory as Parsons. 1 out. For Arkansas, and he's got an opportunity to tie this game up with a homer. First pitch is high. They have not excelled with runners in scoring position tonight. But here's another chance for the Razorbacks. 1-1.
You know what? And this is the game of baseball. And sometimes the best coaches, you know what they say? He's either going to hit or he ain't. Let it play out on the field.
Pelletier gives chase, but it's out of play. Neighbors has allowed 4 home runs this season. There is light movement in the bullpen for Kansas State. 1-2. Hit towards left field. Back it goes. Off the wall. 1 run is in. They'll put the brakes on. Wilmsmeyer at third, and it's an RBI double for Hudson White, who just missed tying the game.
I mean, the breaking ball, which has been his out pitch, has not been effective as a weapon for Neighbors today. The only reason that ball's not out the ballpark is because it's a breaking ball, not going so fast. But another well-struck baseball by Arkansas on a 2-strike breaking ball.
The lead cut to 6-4. Jared Sprague-Lott can tie this game with a single. Sprague-Lott did not commit. 1-1. Towering fly ball. And Bishop is there to make the catch. 2 outs. Ben McLaughlin, who is no stranger to 3-run home runs. He had 2 in the win yesterday for Arkansas. 6 RBIs. And this place would come unglued if he adds another one. There's a strike.
Off speed, showing him some respect. Home run gives him the lead. Base hit ties it. Pressure-packed situation here in Fayetteville.
Ground ball, but pulled foul.
Good job of getting ahead by Neighbors, but unfortunately, he's been there tonight in this inning with 2 strikes and not having the ability to get that 3rd strike.
Oh, 2, 2 down for Ben McLaughlin. Just a little bit off the plate, 1-2.
Ooh, that was a pitch there. That was 97 miles of gas on the outside corner of the plate. Missed just a little bit outside.
Inside.
And you know what it is? Because the curveball's not been able to get him out, and it's been hit pretty good. With 2 strikes, they're going heavy fastball.
Called 3rd strike. Neighbors gets McLaughlin. Give Kansas State a 6-2 lead as he's up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That home run by Culpepper against Hagen Smith, the first home run allowed by Smith since March.
Wow, so April, May, now we're in June.
It's a minute ago. LSU hit 2 home runs off of Smith back in late March, and he hasn't given up one until tonight. Smith looking on, hoping his team has another rally coming up here in the ninth. Remember, even though this game is here, as Culpepper will ground out to second base and Peyton Stovall, Kansas State gets last licks. They're the designated home team in this game.
Good point. The Wildcats hope it doesn't come to that, and Arkansas is hoping that it absolutely does. If you're curious, coming up for the Hogs will be 5, 6, 7, 8 in the lineup.
Brady Day takes the ball, 1-0.
Still just a little bit shocked that Arkansas only came away with one run that last inning, with the first two guys getting on base.
In the air towards center field. Wilmsmeyer grabs it for the second out. And since that 6-run fifth, Hagen Smith left, Ben Bybee has come in, and he has restored some order to this game. Kansas State hasn't done much offensively since that big inning.
Yeah, and the reality is he gave his team a chance to get back in this game. They've been able to try to chip away at this lead while he's held Kansas State at bay.
Nick English, 0 for 2 with a walk.
Uh-oh.
Hit well out to left. Back and gone. Nick English buries that baseball over the left field fence. And an insurance run for the Wildcats, 7-4.
Got a pitch that he could turn on out in front of it. It's like,
what a celebration there for Kansas State's bullpen. Lotus shows bunt. It's a strike, 0-1. It was J.J. Slack who went full Spider-Man against the wall. Oh, and 2. Still have the top of the ninth to go, but Arkansas fans could be thinking about a couple of key plays in this game. Go back to the first inning, and Ben McLaughlin, who came up inches shy of what would have been a home run. Then if you go back to the last inning, yes, it was an RBI double by Hudson White, but he narrowly missed out on what would have tied up the game at 6. Instead, it was just an RBI double. And now it's a 7-4 lead. And Lotus is gone. And so are the Wildcats in the 8th. But for the Wildcats, 3 outs away from the regional final. Fahiva Aloy will lead it off for the Razorbacks.
Going to be 3 tough outs to get right now. These are 2 of the spark plugs of the lineup that he's going to face. Neighbors giving you everything he's got. You know they're stretching him out about as far as he can go in terms of number of pitches.
There's a strike. Neighbors closing in on his season high in pitches thrown in an outing. He's hit 54 twice this season. 3-1. There's a strike. Full count. Ground ball into left field. It sneaks by Parsons and Culpepper for a leadoff single for Eloy.
Three and two count. Just a matter of not a bad pitch, but a better job of hitting. Ground ball between the shortstop and the third baseman. This is just the part of the lineup, part of the order that the crowd gets behind. You've got a lot of speed. You've got some quality at bats.
Kendall Diggs, 1-0. Eloy and Diggs went back-to-back in the win over SEMO on Friday. So 1-1 count as they apply the shift to Diggs. Strike two.
And looked at it. Two pretty good pitches right there.
Look at this defense. They've pulled Parsons all the way over left of second base. It doesn't matter. Diggs strikes out for the first out of the inning.
Not able to catch up to it. Just fastball. 96 miles an hour. Good location low. Neighbors out there just relying on the heat.
Peyton Holt hits this one well to left, back to the wall. It's gone. Seventh home run of the year for Peyton Holt. The lead has been cut to 1 run.
The guy that gets loose, keeps everything loose, good job of hitting, gets a fastball that just gets over the wall. Harris, Ingram not able to bring it in. That would have been a SportsCenter top 10 play if he had made the catch. But no activity in the bullpen for Kansas State.
This is till the end, potentially, for Neighbors.
He's giving it all he's got, really going out there with just one pitch. The breaking ball has not been effective for him. That's his plus pitch, and trying to tough it out with just fastball. But the problem is Arkansas sees a lot of power arms in the SEC. They know you're one-dimensional. They're making it tough.
Strike one to Jack Wagner. Wagner doubled to start off the 8th, eventually scored. Second strike.
Came up with 2 of his best breaking balls. He's kind of gotten away from it for a while, but maybe that's what that visit was to the mound about.
Wagner has 4 home runs this season. Did he go around?
Yeah.
He did.
He was. Yeah.
It'll be up to Ty Wilmsmeyer.
The last 3 times Wilmsmeyer's been up to bat, he's gotten on base all 3 times. 2 singles and a walk. He needs to take that same mentality.
Wilmsmeyer with 2 outs this season is hitting 189. But he has been a tough out in the regional so far. 2-0. 3-0.
Taken all the way.
Strike 1. New season high in pitches for Tyson Neighbors. Peyton Stovall awaits. The tying run is on. The go-ahead run is about to march to the plate.
They're continuing to ride Neighbors. How big was that insurance run in the bottom of the 8th for Kansas State? Was it enough? Stovall is due.
Just inside, 1-0. He's 1 for 4 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Big cut. He has some power. 9 home runs this season. If he can come up with 1 here, it would give Arkansas a lead again. Fouled away. The Razorbacks are down to their final strike. On the move is Wilmsmeyer. He steals second base.
Oh, they're going to move him back. The umpires having him go back to first base, saying that Stovall got in the way of the throw to second base.
And this is going to be a discussion.
I feel like this is baseball. It looked like Stovall was trying to stay out of the way of getting hit by a pitch. Stovall's trying to get out the way. They're saying he doesn't move in a timely fashion. That's a tough break for the Hogs.
Again, I mean, that's a huge difference. Instead of being in scoring position, Wilmsmeyer has to go back to first base. Neighbors with a 2-2. He strikes out Stovall. Kansas State hangs on to win it 7-6 in Fayetteville. And the Wildcats
See, from Kansas State, we've got them on the ropes, trying to eliminate hope early and see if Neighbors can come in and get this last out of the inning.
Wilmsmeyer over at first, Holt at second. 2 outs. And the leadoff hitter, Peyton Stovall, at the plate. One for 2 tonight. Takes a cut at the first pitch. 0-1.
See that Neighbors comes in juice. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, first pitch. The shift is on again for Stovall.
In the dirt with the 0-1. Runners stay put. Arkansas jumped out first with 2 in the 5th. They could not hold on to that advantage. Let's see if they can fight back here in the top of the 6th inning. Popped up. Pelletier giving chase. And it's out of reach.
Neighbors is throwing gas right now on the mound. 96-mile-an-hour fastballs, 97. Do you go fastball again, or do you hit him with the best curveball in baseball, as his coaches like to say?
1-2. Fouled away.
98 miles an hour. He's jacked up right now on the mound. You know, the environment gets into it, but the comfortable thing you have to like about it, if you're Kansas State, he's got a closer's mentality. He's used to coming in high-pressure situations.
Ground ball. Culpepper is there. The throw to Bishop on the money.